Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a weekly update. If you're new, we bring this on a weekly basis on what's hot at Microsoft Flight Simulator. So hitting that subscribe button can greatly support our channel. There have been many developments to discuss this week, and let's go over each of them today. But before we begin, Aerosoft have launched their biggest ever publisher sale. Yes, and it's running until the 23rd of this month. Now discounts can go all the way up to 75% across their catalog. Some highlights include the CRJ series, the version to regional jet, which is 20% off, Mega Airport, which is Frankfurt, at 10% off, Berlin at 30%, Dusseldorf at 25%. So do take a look, and not every deal is mind-blowing, but this can be a good chance in a while to fill out your Aerosoft collection without paying full price. Now starting with the real deal. Starting with cows, the team behind the DA40 and DA42 series have dropped a big round of updates, plus a brand new model. For the DA40 series, version 1.1.0 brings a full custom electrical system with working buses, breakers, and even battery drain if you leave the cabin lights on. The G1000 avionics got upgrades as well, like better fuel calcs, a new wide flight plan view, and more immersion details. The headline though is DA40NG, now released as a free upgrade for existing DA40 owners. It features the Austro engine AE300, a jet fuel piston engine with lower fuel burn and simplified workload, and thanks to FADEC single lever control. Now the DA42 also received improvements. Both aircraft now feature improved lighting, sounds, failures, and come with separate installers. Moving to MicroPros, they gave us a brand new look at their upcoming B-17 Flying Fortress. Now the preview video shows off the heavy bomber's exterior in full detail, with weather textures, authentic structural design, plus an early look at the cockpit and crew stations. Still a work in progress at the moment, but you can already see the direction. The iconic 4-engine profile, atmospheric touches, and a detailed flight deck. It feels like MicroPros is really aiming to capture the spirit of this World War II classic, and more to follow. Let's talk about today's scenery from Aura Scenery. The Aberdeen EGPD Airport, Aberdeen International Airport by Aura Scenery. Available via Innobills, it's a pairware scenery for both 2020 and 2024 that brings in visuals, especially if you're flying around northeastern part of Scotland. Many features have been included, over 100 detailed buildings that have been modelled, everything from terminals to smaller service structures, high quality apron textures as we see it, custom ground materials for realism underfoot, elaborate landscaping around the airport, making the surrounding terrain and ground feel more alive. Realistic night lighting, highly optimized models, so performance stay reasonable despite the detail. It's about 4 GB in installation size, priced around £10 or $8. Now Aberdeen takes a lot of value for simmers who like doing regional hops or just want detailed UK airports, and you can find the details in the description below. Now continuing with scenery, Triswicky Design have dropped fresh previews of the upcoming Katowice Airport, EPKT in short. Now the main terminal now features custom info boards, with Terminal A also in progress. On the land side, a new hotel, technical buildings are done, while the apron sees more refinements. They're even building a detailed cargo high loader for heavy traffic like the 777 or the 747. Smaller touches include the red obstruction lights, new ground service vehicles, and more. Now behind the scenes, they've optimized performance with level of detail adjustments, and more to follow. Now something interesting popped up last week from Cheyenne Design, who released a pretty exciting new DLC for 2024 called Wildfires. Now instead of the static firefighting missions you normally get in career mode, this brings on dynamic wildfires that spread based on wind and terrain. Now fires can pop up randomly or on command, and you can get a full cockpit panel to track them, monitor wind, and manage drops of water or retardant. It even lets you choose drop styles, manage payload weights, and get real-time feedback on how effective your drop was. It works with all firefighting aircraft in the sim, from the CL415 Super Scooper to the Sky Crane, and supports joystick bindings and VR for immersion. Let's talk about a business jet, which is the Learjet 25 Classic SE for both 2020 and 2024. The Learjet 25, originally developed in the late 60s, is powered by twin GE CJ610 turbo engines, cruising around 450 to 475 knots with a service ceiling up to 51,000 feet. Now this has all been developed by Extreme Prototypes, and according to the team, this rendition is study level featuring Mini, a detailed 3D model inside and out with retrofitted cockpit, with a GNS 530 and steam gauges, over 100 authentic sounds via WIs, simulated systems like hydraulics, electrics, pressurization, fuel cross-feed, anti-ice, fire suppression, etc., fully functional avionics including comm, nav radios, 14 fictional liveries inspired by real operators, and optimized flight dynamics with Mach 0.82 max speed. Now this sells for $36 and something to follow. And this is the kind of jet you would fly if you want that classic hot rod business jet feel. High speed, high altitude, but with old school systems that demand attention. Let's talk about a different tool, rather an add-on from Orbx. Now Orbx has officially launched the Jurassic World for 2024, and this one is definitely a little different from the usual scenery add-on. Now obviously this is built in collaboration with Universal. It recreates 6 islands from the Jurassic franchise. Now the package doesn't just drop in some terrain, it's full of details. Custom airfields and helipads spread across the islands, all the 6 islands, movie-inspired landmarks like ruins, gates, park infrastructure to get you that feel. And yes, even animated dinosaurs roaming the land, sea and skies. You'll also get missions and guided tours, so it's going to be exciting. So it's more than a free flight. You can actually explore the islands in a cinematic way, whether you're in a chopper or flying bush planes through the jungles. An interesting sound pack released just this week from Echo 19 with a brand new precision audio pack for the Cessna 172 for both 2020 and 2024. This brings a deeper level of realism to the sounds of this iconic J aircraft. Just listen to that. Now the pack includes authentic engine recordings captured from a real-world Lycoming engine, the startup, idle, cruise characteristics, cockpit sound detail from switches, levers, flap motors, environmental noise that make the cabin feel alive. Exterior immersion, propeller and exhaust tones, dynamic sound layering where sound behavior changes depending on the RPM, throttle and viewpoint, giving more depth compared to the default audio. Now what stands out is how Echo 19 built this around precision mixing and realism rather than just louder or flashier sound. That's interesting. Now it's designed to make the C-172 feel more organic whether you're training circuits during VFR tours. In my opinion, this kind of upgrade really matters for everyday flying. Sounds do matter for me, and the 172 is one of the most flown aircraft in the sim. In the world of development, what's new this week? Hopefully all of us have been enjoying the much improved Sim Update 3. Our next stop would be Sim Update 4. At the moment we do have the beta that was the most recent build released last week, which is 1.6.3.0. Here are the key things that brings to the table. What has been improved here? Better performance and stability across many areas, optimized grass rendering, scenery, aircraft, ATC and airport efficiency. Main CPU thread optimizations to reduce bottlenecks. Numerous crash fixes like Smart Camera, ATC Flight Planner, Taxiway Simulation, World Map and more. Quality of life tweaks, that means new graphic options, loading spinners, more responsive menu or GUI behavior. The best part of the video would be Freeware. We got a Freeware airport this week, the DeKalb Peachtree KPDK in short in Georgia. This is the second busiest airport in the state after the Atlanta airport, and it serves as a major reliever hub for business jets, training flights, and GA traffic in the Atlanta area. And this airport is right in the mix, just northeast of downtown. The scenery itself does a solid job of capturing the airport's layout with multiple runways, parallel taxiways, detailed hangar areas. Now the Freeware includes custom buildings, properly placed static objects, accurate markings to give it a real-world feel. And I think it's great to see developers putting this type of detail into reliever airports, because not every flight needs to start or end at an international hub. So big thanks to the dev, Daniel Sham, for this freeware. The link to the freeware can be found in the description below. That's a wrap for today. Drop your thoughts in the comments and subscribe to get notified for future releases. Until next time, bye bye for now.